welcome back to another episode of How to Fund Your Homestead. We have a really gorgeous morning here in Ireland. It's mid-September, the sun is shining, it's actually quite warm outside as well. And I think it's the calm after the storm because we had a bit of a rain situation last night. But I will try and keep it short today in this video because I want to get outside and sow a few more seeds and get a bit more work done in the garden. I will start this episode with a quick update on how this YouTube channel is doing because that's one of the main things that I'm doing. I'm doing this YouTube channel in the hopes I can monetize it and earn a little bit of money for the homestead. So I will update you on how this is looking and show you my analytics, which is very exciting. Actually, I'm excited to share this with you today. In the second part of the episode, I will also talk a little bit about my flowers and how you can make money by selling cut flowers on a roadside stand or on markets, for example. Okay, so let's dive right in. YouTube is actually going pretty great at the moment. I'm really excited about it and also very surprised. I did not expect that at all. I think homesteading is a very popular niche at the moment. I think it could be due to the work situation, how everything is going down out there. It's very depressing, to be honest, but people seem to be more interested in kind of finding ways to take care of themselves, to grow their own food, to learn how to preserve. And when they want to learn more about it, they go to YouTube and check out the videos on homesteading. So if you're homesteading yourself and you think you're good at making videos, now I'm not good at making videos, I'm doing it anyway, but like if you think you could enjoy it, then you have nothing to lose. Why not try it? Now, obviously, I'm still very far off to monetize this channel, but I'm only in for 2 weeks and I'm really enjoying it. It's exciting and I'm looking forward to making more videos and sharing more information, more knowledge, and I'm kind of excited being part of that movement of people going back to gardening and growing their own and just being able to look after themselves. After all, I feel like being able to grow your own food really is a power. You have your own future in your hands, because if something goes down out there and you know how to grow your own food and you have, let's say, a little pantry and it's filled with your own food, you kind of will be able to look after yourself and your family despite what's going on out there. So yeah, I think that's just a little ramble on why I think homesteading is such a popular niche on YouTube. Now, what I've been doing the last 2 weeks, I've been actually posting quite a good few shorts. I did not have the intention of doing this because I find, shorts kind of reminds me of Instagram, and I find Instagram so stressful and depressing, and I don't know. But I stuck with posting a few shorts here and there on YouTube, and it seems to be really boosting the channel. So I will definitely try and continue that as much as possible. I'm also doing my long form videos, and I know there is a lot of room for improvement. So currently they are not structured at all. I'm kind of just winging it. So I just press record and then I'm just going ahead and doing it a little like conversational rather than trying to teach. So I want to try and change that and be maybe a bit more informational. But yeah, I think I just need a little bit of time of getting the hang of making more beautiful long form videos. I have a few channels that I'm looking at the moment to get a bit of inspiration and kind of learning from them. How did they get successful on YouTube in this niche? What information are they sharing? What are people most interested in, etc. So this is kind of like my market research. Understanding that will help develop that channel into a direction that could make it really successful. Now let's just quickly go into the channel analytics and have a look at what's going on with the numbers. Okay, we're on my channel and you can see I've managed to get 12 subscribers. You can see it up here just right underneath my name. I've uploaded already 19 videos, but you can see most of them are shorts. So lots of homesteading shorts, foraging, flowers, the garden, the dog, and the food, etc. And you see here underneath those videos, it says I have 1.5K views, 1.2K views, 1.7K views. Now I did have a video with 8 views, so it is kind of still a bit random. I still have to find my audience, but I think it is already going fairly well. Now for the long form videos, the views, I only have 10 views on my last video and 20 views on the video before. But that is okay. As I said, I need to improve those long form videos, make them a bit more interesting, and then hopefully the audience will come and also watch my long form videos. Let's have a look into the analytics. It's nice, at least I'm getting a few likes on my videos as well. And yeah, ta-da-da-ta! So you can see I've already got 12,000 views or clicks, and my watch time hours are already up to almost 25 hours. And as I said, I have gained 12 subscribers over the last 2 weeks. So I think that's fantastic. I wouldn't be asking for more. It's just really nice to see. And here you can see the ranking. I have a couple of shorts that had over 1,700 views and clicks, and people are watching them. And now they're obviously shorts, it's easy to watch them. Whereas my long form content, let's have a look into here. Average view duration you have here, so the numbers are really low on these ones. So 1 minute, that's like 15% of the video that people are watching, then they go out of it because it's probably not interesting enough, or the way I present it is not good enough. But yeah, there's a lot for me to learn and to improve, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, that's why we're on this journey, so we can get better at it. And that's why you also should always check your analytics to see what is working, what's not working, what can you improve. So those shorts are definitely getting me in some watch time hours and some clicks and views, and hopefully on the longer run that will also then bring in some more subscribers. But I think we're on a good way. Just gonna stick with this, stay consistent and stay committed, and we will eventually hopefully be successful with it and reach the monetization. Just a reminder, we need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours in order to be monetized. So you can see I'm very, very far off, but for only 2 weeks on YouTube, I'm very happy with it. So all in all, I don't think that's bad for 2 weeks, and I'm very happy about it. Let's talk flowers for a little bit. I'm going to keep it somewhat short today. If people are actually interested in hearing more about it, I can make a special episode with all the information about it. But I thought I'd just touch on it today because obviously we're talking about funding the homestead. And if you have the space of growing flowers outside, I think it's a great way to make a little bit of money on the side. I'm running this whole thing fully from this property. I showed that in my garden tour. I have a small patch behind my garage that I use fully for annual flowers. It's actually our septic field, so nothing else should be growing there. It's all just annuals that can be removed at any stage if we needed to. And it's actually a great little space to be growing a few cut flowers. The idea came to fruition because I was sharing my gardening journey on Instagram. So I used to have an Instagram page for it, and I was talking about how I love growing flowers and how I wish I could do this professionally as a job instead of going back to a corporate job. that I used to work in. So someone commented, why don't you just sell them on a roadside stand? And I was like, oh, is that possible in Ireland? Can we do that? I mean, I've seen places like this for eggs, but I've never come across anything for flowers like that. So I started looking into it, and there's plenty of Instagram accounts that show how to sell your flowers on a roadside stand. And I was like, oh, it is possible. And it seems to be possible in Ireland. I talked to a few people about it. What are, like, is there any restrictions or things like this? And I just decided, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And that year I started autumn sowing. In September I started sowing all the hardy annuals so that I have flowers the following year. And then in 2024, so last year, it was in June when we put up the roadside stand, and I'm gonna put in a small video on how our roadside stand looks and what the flower patch looks like, just so you have an idea. Yeah, and I started selling flowers last year in June. It was an extremely slow start. I guess people kind of had to start finding me first. Social media and kind of marketing is very important for it, so that people actually know you're there selling flowers, especially if you're living in the country, a little bit outside, far off. Now we're very lucky, we have a garden center right next to us, so people are driving by. I always get to put a few flowers or a little something on their counter as well, and people ask about it and start talking about it, and they're taking my little business cards, and that way the word is spreading. Now last year I didn't really make a lot of money for it. I did not make any profit. So because obviously I had to put in money first, I had to buy compost, I had to buy wood for the surroundings of the beds, I had to buy the seeds, the tubers, the plants. There is, depending on how you want to set it up, there's actually a good bit that goes into it. After all, we're here, we're doing this to make a bit of money. I am not out to make this a full-time income. I don't think I have what it takes to be a full-time flower farmer, because that is a lot. You need a lot of resilience. It's an incredible, huge amount of work. So if you're thinking you want to do that full time, you really need to be up for it. For me, last year, it took until about September, October, until word was really spreading, because I started working with dried flowers. You see that here in the background, there's lots of dried flowers hanging around. I now have an area in the garage as well where I hang up flowers for drying. And this is going to be the area that I'm going to concentrate in. What I also offer is that people can contact me on Instagram and order bouquets. So usually I have my stand open on Fridays and Saturdays, and people can contact me any time of the week, and even can pick up something during the week if it suits my schedule and with the kids and if we're home, etc. That brings in a little bit of money too. It's like gift bouquets. Other than that, I have jars. I just wrap them up in craft paper and arrange the flowers in there, put them out on the stand on a Friday morning, and then I just, whatever happens, happens. Sometimes people come early in the morning, pick things up, and I'm sold out by midday. Sometimes I don't sell anything at all. So it's very depending on the time of year and on other factors. Obviously weather is a big factor. If it's pouring rain, no one's gonna come out to pick up the flowers. And that's okay too, because I'm drying, so whatever isn't being sold is being taken apart afterwards, and what's dryable will be dried and what not will be enjoyed by myself. It is something really close to heart for me. I love working with flowers. I love the creative part about it. I love the hands-on approach about it, and I can only recommend doing it. It seems to be quite popular. You can see those roadside stands popping up everywhere. People growing flowers to make a little living on the side as a side hustle. But at the end of the day, you're also doing something good. You're growing flowers in your garden that are great for pollinators. So you're offering more food, you're using the space. You don't just have a lawn that's doing nothing. You're encouraging people to buy flowers that are locally grown instead of being flown from across the globe. So by growing your own flowers and selling them to your local community, you're actually doing a great thing for the planet as well. You know, you can see it on the bigger picture. This year already went much better than last year. I did earn a good bit of money, especially at the beginning of the season. I was sold out almost every single weekend, and I've also made a lot of money around Easter and Mother's Day. Now we have obviously the autumn season. Autumn season is great for dried flowers, and then we have Christmas coming up as well, where there's going to be Christmas wreaths. And something very exciting, I'm actually preparing for my first market. So I'm really good at crocheting. That's another thing. If you have like a really good talent, if you're handy in that way, crafting, just try and create things and try to sell them. And even if it's local tiny little markets, this is going to be for me. It's a small market in the village that's just 10 minutes down the road, and it's a autumn market, like a Halloween market, and I'm really excited to be trying this out, dipping my toe into markets. I'll be concentrating on the dried flowers, making wreaths, making all different types of crocheted decorations and combining them with dried flowers, and we will see how that's gonna go. It doesn't make us rich, but it brings in a little bit of extra income that I can then put into more seeds or having to buy compost, buying more materials for the homestead. A lot of people also sell plants, so when you're growing by seeds and you have extra plants available, you can also sell them on a roadside stand just for, like, I don't know, a tomato plant for €1 or so. That's something I wouldn't do because obviously I have the garden center next to me and I don't want to be like a competitor in any way. Or if you have too much harvest, let's say you've planted too many courgette plants and you have like hundreds of courgettes coming at once, the roadside stand is a good place to earn a little bit of extra cash and sell them. Now, obviously, if it's food, you have to be a bit careful about it and look at regulations and things from your government and from your local council. But if you're keeping all that in mind and you do not things that you're not supposed to do or harming anyone in any way, then absolutely go for it. Try that roadside stand, sell flowers, sell eggs, sell whatever you have left. I am thinking of even selling my homemade crafts, so my crocheting and the dried flowers on the roadside stand. I just need to get in better stand that's actually protected from wind and rain, etc. And this way I don't need to leave my property for this. I have it all here. I literally just drop it out to the stand and then I go on about my way. I don't have to really deal with people that much. I'm an introvert. I'm very kind of social anxious, not very good with social interactions either. So it's the perfect way for me to make a little bug on the side. And I can only recommend it for any homesteader. So let me know in the comments if you're ever interested in hearing more about it. I can make an extra video about it. It is definitely one of those ideas you can use to fund your homestead, plus the YouTube channel. So think about it. If you feel like you want to do it, just give it a try. There's nothing to lose really. And thanks so much for watching, and I see you again next time. Bye.